Alrighty, so I got two matches for you, both against Mr. Rubber Ducky himself, and I was not expecting this to go well. I've have never beaten Mr. Rubber Ducky before. Just, you know, because I'm just not a PvPer and he is, and I just started getting into it. Yeah, so these are two games, or two matches that, we did against each other, and you can see in the chat I'm even telling them, to be nice in the recording, because I do not expect this to go well. So he's bringing the dual Eagle Eye squad. My plan is basically get rid of his Lemba ASAP, since my entire team is muskets, and Lemba is broken against muskets. So I want his Lemba dead, like, right away. So I'm going to throw an absorb on my pirate, off rip, and have Chantal snipe his Lemba. Got the clouds out. I'm trying to force him to move instead of counterattacking me, which I feel like is usually the good play when you go first and you're using Lemba. I tend to always put the clouds out first, because that pretty much forces the other team to either move and pretty much give up their turn, because they gotta just move everyone, or they're gonna take a lot of damage from these clouds. So that's what I try to do, and he does move everyone up. So I effectively got a free turn, because I forced him to have to move. And I can't hit his Lemba, but I can hit his pirate. So I am going to snipe his pirate, since he's not protected. And I'm going to bomb his group of 3 here. Use Chantal buff. Because I'm fully expecting this to be a very long-range fight, so it was going to be pretty immediate, the fighting. So that's why I used her buff, because I expected this not to be a slow fight at all. As you can see, I'm already doing pretty heavy amounts of damage to his pirate and his Lemba. So now he's kind of forced to start playing defensively. I mean, he's got to start protecting his pirate, and he's going to want to try to save Lemba. So basically, I have the advantage right now. Now, he did use Lemba's clouds, which gives him a turn, because now I gotta move all my units. And that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to move everyone over to this corner. And that gives him an extra turn to regroup. Pet's getting in there. Spider took Lemba down in half. Wasting some true grits. And Gore gets nicked by that one cloud. So now his Lemba's at half health. His pirate is like a third health, but he already forwarded his pirate. So now he's gotta try to protect his Lemba because it is his most important unit. I mean, Gore and the Mr. Scorch, I think it's called. Yeah, they're good for the range, but Lemba is really the only one of his companions, Lemba and his pirate, that can kill my team. So he does absorb the Lemba. He has Gore trying to deal with some pets. And he uses Lemba's Hurricane Round. So now I'm going to snipe his Lemba. I'm going to use Gore's hit on Lemba. Just because right now I'm just trying to get rid of the absorb, and I want him dead. So everything's getting thrown at Lemba. He is in range to hit me, so he does get his True Grit and True Metal off, but it's not gonna be enough to keep him alive, so he is dead. That is very big. That was my primary concern, was getting rid of his Lemba, and now he's got, yeah, he's still got more range, he can outrange me, but his pirate's already at half health, so he's got to worry about his pirate now. And Gore and Mr. Scorch on their own can't do really any damage. At least not any meaningful damage. He throws bombs out. I can't say I agree with that move. I think he should have been trying to heal his pirate or put an absorb on.
Can't wait, Captain.
Really leaving his pirate with just one fort and half health. I mean, it's not. He's definitely was playing risky. Maybe he had a bad hand. I'm not sure. But I'm going to start moving everyone over, especially Lemba, because I want Lemba to be able to reach his Gore, is my plan here. Because Gore is obviously not as much of a threat as his Lemba was, but he's definitely more of a threat than the Mr. Scorch. So I throw forward on my pirate. And I'm moving some units over. And I have Chantal use her other snipe on Gore. So now my goal is to keep pressure on his pirate and kill his gore. And he decides to attack Lemba, which was a very, very big mistake. I think his reasoning for this was he needed Lemba dead as soon as possible. But that True Metal Mega just hit his entire team. I mean, that is very, very unfortunate. Now, he does stun. And he chains. And Lemba chaining and critting was, I think the agility buff that I had Chantel use early on was a very big factor in helping that to happen. Now here, I do consider hiding Lemba to save him, or at least try to save him. And that is what I originally set out to do. But when I see Lemba can hit his pirate, and his pirate's reduced with True Metal, I decide to not hide him. Instead, I decide to start rushing all the rest of my units down, because he is basically on the verge of losing this game, so I need to keep pressure on him, I decided, so I just move everyone else down, and I have Lemba hit. And he's gonna chain, but he's only doing half damage, so essentially like having a fort on Lemba. And Lemba's gonna just absolutely pop off here. Again, he got the agility buff. He didn't get stunned, and he's just gonna go nuts, and he kills his pirate. And that essentially ends the game. You see, I said, oh, and I was very surprised that this match went like this. So we did the GG. Now we do have one more game we did. We did run it back. And here that is. Okay, so this is essentially the same. I'm bringing the same team. I think he brings the Mummy. Yes, he brings the Mummy, which is a very good decision on his part. Now, I get a really odd idea here. It doesn't quite work out like I want it to, but my plan here is to fort, and then use the Artemis Aim, I think it's called. Which I pretty much never use, and I've been trying to figure out a piece of gear to replace it with, but I just haven't yet because the stats are extremely good. But when I pull a fort, I get a very, and I see that in my hand, which shouldn't really popped up because it's pretty low in my my powers, the Artemis Aim. So I say this, but I probably won't be as lucky. And so I'm gonna have a really weird match here. I'm gonna tell him I have a weird idea. I'm gonna try something I never tried before, and see how it works out. So I forted myself, and my plan is next turn is to use the Artemis Aim. Or, actually I think I was gonna move up first. I was gonna move up and then use it, which is why I moved the Gore up, because I wanted to be able to move my pirate up next turn, next to Gore, and then use Artemis Aim on the third turn to get the double Eagle Eyes, essentially. And once again, I use the clouds very first thing to force him to basically forfeit his first turn to move. So I was gonna move up, but then I saw that I also pulled a mini shield. So I decided to throw that on too before I used Artemis Aim, because if you don't know what that does, Artemis Aim gives you 50% weapon power and range, but takes away half of your pirate's health. But if you have forts on, it will reduce the amount of damage it does to you. So now I'm putting a bunch of shields on so that I could use the Artemis Aim to buff my pirate up, but not lose a bunch of my health, is my plan. And again, I had no idea how this was going to work. At this point, he's probably wondering what I'm doing, because I forted right away and then used the mini. I wish I would have drew the mini shield first. That would have been preferred, but the fort was there. I threw that on, then the mini showed up the second turn. So I'm like, okay, well, throw them both on. So he's probably very confused. He's probably wondering what the hell I'm doing here. But I just realized how low I got his Lemba already. It's kind of crazy. Because I'm doing this new idea that popped in my head at the beginning of this match, but my strategy in terms of who I'm targeting is the same. I want Lemba dead. I know the mummy is just as dangerous, and I'm counting the range of how far that mummy can reach. That mummy's power has 5 range normally, so with Gore it is 7. So now I know how far I can move up without being in the range of that mummy's power. So I can't go past the pillars, basically, is what I found out. So I use the Artemis Aim, and it does very little damage to me because of the shields. So now I'm doing, for 3 turns, I have 50% weapon power and range. So I have 2 extra range. And then once I get next to Gore, it'll be essentially 2 sets of Eagle Eyes. And I'm sure by now he sees why I shielded right away. And what my weird idea was. So at this point, and I didn't really consider this, and while it's slightly annoying, it is the smartest play on his part. He is going to retreat, basically. He is going to dip and try to wait out the aim of Artemis. Probably should have waited to use it. I probably should have moved up first, but I couldn't move up too far because of the mummy. So yeah, he is going to retreat back. He does put his mummy right in those clouds. I don't know if that was a accident on his part, but I mean, they did disappear anyway, right away, but they did hit that mummy twice. I feel like that was kind of unnecessary damage. So now I'm in full charge mode. And this pet helps me out, because I can hit his gore. Of course I miss. I do get one crit and do a lot of damage, but then I ran out of chains. So just that one double tap on gore did over 900 damage. Essentially 1,000 damage. So once again, I have the advantage right now. I have him retreating. All his units are hurt. His Lemba and Gore especially are getting very low. And he has no protections out, no shields. And has done basically no damage to my team. He's going to throw these up so that I cannot shoot. So that forces me to run around them. And my pet was just in a terrible spot. Right where I wanted to go. I do end up moving Lemba up top instead of trying to run him the whole way down, but everyone else comes down with my pirate. My thinking is Lemba is the best possible counter to the mummy. So I figure I'll let Lemba go try to deal with that. So now, he did effectively wait out my aim of Artemis. So that plan, it didn't hurt me, but it didn't really help much either. So I don't know if I really call that a success. Just was kind of a wash. I mean, I got some good damage on Gore, but other than that, it just forced him to run back and me to move up. Now he is gonna once again absorb Lemba. He's gonna use the mummy's levy. And then he's gonna use clouds, which I honestly forgot he still had. I'm just trying to hit him with anything, see if I can. But now, so I gotta either drop bombs or commit to the, or I can move back. I can either drop bombs, which I don't think would be a good idea. So I'm basically either, do I want to rush up or do I want to fall back? And I decide to keep the pressure and push up. I run Lemba up, pretty much asking him to use the mummy critical hit on him. So pretty much letting Lemba challenge that mummy to a 1v1. I said, well, it was worth a shot. Yeah, because that idea, it didn't really work. Lemma got stunned first hit. That's unfortunate. Very unlucky. But honestly, Lemba is just there to kill that mummy. He still has a unprotected pirate. Lemba's stunned. Now this is where I realized I made an oopsie. Because I wanted his mummy to come charge Lemba, hit him, and then trigger his True Grits and True Metal. What I didn't account for was Lemba getting stunned by his pirate. And that essentially lets his mummy hit for free. And as soon as he got stunned, I knew it. So that was a blunder on my part. I did not consider that at all. He's gonna board his pirate. He's gonna use Gore's Uncanny. Watch his mummy at Lemba. But that I should have tried to. I'm not sure if I could have moved Lemba higher up to avoid him being in range of Abe's pirate, but I was not considering that. Now I do use the OP bombs on his pirate, and I decided to throw everything at his pirate again. Not Lemba this time. I decided to just throw it. He only has a fort on his pirate. I decided to just try to kill his pirate. I was really hoping Gore was gonna stun him, but he didn't. So I think Gore gets stunned here, yes. And I think, does Gore die here? Not quite. Now he's gonna hit her. I'm really hoping he don't kill her, because that would have really messed up my plan. So now it's up to Chantal to kill his pirate, and it's not looking good. She does dodge at Grit, which I thought was pretty funny. But Chantal locks in and does kill his pirate. Now he throws the GG, and I throw the GG. I wasn't going to say GG unless he did. He said it first, I said it. What ends up happening here is the mummy, basically. So now my Lemba's pretty much dead because of the mistake I made up there with him. I should have moved him. I should have kept him out of his pirate's range so that he couldn't get stunned, and he had to only hit Lemba with the mummy. I was really banking on Lemba being able to essentially kill his mummy. And if that would have happened, I think this match would have played out a lot differently. Especially after his pirate died. He's going to run Gore into my Overwatch. He's going to get knocked back. He doesn't True Grit. I'm not sure why I didn't True Grit my pirate. If that's the knockback from the Overwatch messes that up or something. Lemba kills Chantal. Now I have a problem. I got two musket killing companions who are basically, their entire purpose is to destroy muskets. My Lemba is essentially out of the game. My Gore is dead. And now I have no choice but to run. And I decide to just have Lemba hit his mummy and hope for the best. And he gets true gritted. Oh no, he blocked that one, okay. Now he gets true gritted and he gets insta-stunned again. I'm not sure if he has, I wasn't paying attention if he had true grit 5 or 3 on his mummy. If it was 3, then he got 2 very, very lucky stuns on true grit. So now my pirate has a mini. I wasted my fort at the very beginning of the game, so this is not ending well. There's really not much I think I could have done here. I mean, I'm trying to outrun them because I'm an elusive. I decided to go hide behind this pillar, and my plan is to get enough of a gap where I can throw down my Nox to keep them away from me. So I need to just distance myself, put my Nox down, cut them off from where my pirate is, and regroup completely. So he's gonna run everyone up. Mummy's gonna hit that spider that was still chilling there. I really thought that mummy was gonna be able to hit my pirate. I was waiting for him to double tap on my pirate, but he was not in range. Thankfully. So now I gotta just throw my Nox down. It's really the only thing I can do at this point. I can't really... Yeah, I can keep running, but it's just gonna prolong the end to this match. This is just not... Now, I could have waited one more turn and waited for that mummy's shield to wear off. I don't know if no, wait, the bombs shouldn't get affected by that, so never mind. No, I'm stupid. I don't think that matters. Maybe it does, I don't know. But yeah, I'm kind of hoping somehow I can kill this mummy. And right now I'm thinking in my head is, I'm an elusive, maybe I can get some dodges, but this mummy decides to pretty much do to me what my Lemba did to Abe in our last match, and just absolutely cook me. And I thought I was dead right there. Somehow I was alive with no help. But now I'm pretty much at the same spot here. Like I got nothing. I can't hit. If I just shoot, I'm dead from grit. So my plan was to kill the mummy with the bombs. I knew it wasn't gonna kill Lemba, but Gore can't reach me. So now I'm banking on my explosive decoy. And true metal hits, and that activates explosive decoy. And I was really hoping that would kill the Lemba. If that would have killed the Lemba, I would have won the game. But because it didn't, in a very close game, I lose. So yeah, this was very fun. I really enjoyed these two matches, and I did a lot better than I expected, so...